Okay. Is this live too? Is someone else doing it?
Okay. Saves you a slice.
Oh, I'm allergic, but I appreciate
allergic?
it. Yeah, whoever wants to eat. Yeah, I'm allergic to cheese. Okay.
I'm worried about you. Make sure you're eating it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Today is the 12th of Nisan, and there's a sikha that the Malchus says this speaks about the significance of today's date. And Ashkacha brought this morning. I was learning something that has to do with that. Okay, and it has to do with the spies, the Meraglim. Because there were 12 spies. Okay, so let's see. All right, everything is not by chance. Everything is Ashkacha process. Let's see what it is and what it means to us and how we could accomplish what we really need to see the Rav. Well, when it says the go out of Galus, Hashem will open our eyes already to see the Rav. It says that now we'll have the ability to bring a Karban Pesach this year with all its complications. So this year is not simple Karban Pesach. So it has extra laws. Okay? So it's like this. The Sikha talks about the 12th of Nisan. It says that the level of 11 is a level that's beyond the world. Okay? Because 10 is the regular world. And 11 is beyond the world. Okay? It doesn't have to be completely beyond the world, but it's related to beyond the world. Okay? The 12th of Nisan is taking that level and bringing it into the world. Taking the 11th of Nisan, which is beyond the world, and bringing it into the world. Why is the 12th of Nisan into the world? So there's a concept in Chassidus called Yud Beis Gvulei Alaksain. 12. I didn't exactly ever understand it so well, but it's something having to do that there's 12 points in a cube or something. There's like 12 directions that the world is based on. I think it's that there's top, middle, and bottom. I don't remember so well how it works. But anyway, it's something that the dimensions of our world, the general dimensions of the world. Okay, so that's what the 12th of Nisan represents. This is what the Rambam says in one sikha. That sikha is all about the 11th of Adar, which that year was 60 days before the 11th of Nisan. And the Rambam says it's speaking about Moshe Rabbeinu's birthday and also connecting it to the 11th of Nisan, which is the birthday of our Rebbe. Okay? Now there's another sikha. Now that sikha doesn't really go so much into detail about the 12. The main emphasis in the sikha is about the 11. It mentions in the footnote that the 12th of Nisan, which is the final day of the Chanukah. Today is the last day of the Chanukah's Mishkan. The last day that they dedicated the Mishkan. And, excuse me. And in connection with this is this idea, because the Mishkan was to bring the Shekhinah into the world, and this is the conclusion of the dedication of the Mishkan. Okay?
I'm sorry, was that Nun Aleph?
Nun Beis.
Nun Beis?
Yeah. Okay? That's a long sikha explaining that, but the main emphasis there is on the 11th. Okay? Now, I spoke about this morning. I was learning a sikha this morning, and the sikha was talking about the 12 spies. Okay? Now, in general, usually at first glance, the 12 spies are looked at as something very derogatory. They're very negative, the 12 spies. Who went, the Meraglim, right? Who went to spy, to check out how the Holy Land is. Right? The Dvar Malchus says so Chassidus comes in general, and it's actually not preceded by Chassidus. Kabbalistic works are already saying, and it's brought in Chassidus that when it says that the Meraglim have no portion in the world to come, So the Hebrew word for it is chelek. And they say chelek means like a part. But for them, they deserve much more than that. That's what it says in Kabbalistic works.
Is the Meraglim good?
That's what the Kabbalistic works are pointing to, yes. So really, they are good. Okay? And now that's a little bit hard to understand. Okay, so now Chassidus comes and explains it. Okay? Chassidus says, okay, they had a good intention. Okay, what was their good intention? They wanted to study Torah in the desert. In the desert, they could study Torah without any distractions. They don't have to work. They could just study Torah the whole day. So they wanted to stay in the desert. So that's why when they came back, they said, no, we're not going to go up. They gave a whole reason, technical reason why they can't do it. Because they wanted, so to say, an excuse to continue learning in the desert. That's what it explains in Chassidus. Okay? But in Chassidus, it doesn't really say that something good came from them. So the Rebbe considers that in this Sikha, it's an extraordinary explanation of this whole topic of the Meraglim. It's Sikha of Slach, Tosin and Al Slach, 57, 51. And in that Sikha, the Rebbe says that really they did accomplish something very amazing, the Meraglim. Not only did they accomplish something amazing, they actually began the entering into the land. Why? Because they came back with the fruits, the very big fruits. And they came back with a good report in many ways. They said it's a good land, but then they had added some more things after that. But they said it's a good land, and they said this is its fruit. Everyone saw this is an extraordinary land. The fruits are so big, it must be really amazing produce. So the Rebbe says, what's the whole point in getting Eretz Yisrael? Making a dwelling for Hashem. Part of making a dwelling for Hashem is what we say in English, seeing is believing. Okay, now it's not true. We don't say seeing is believing, but when you see something with your own eyes, it's much more adir tachtein. It's much more in your perspective than if they're just trusting the word of Moshe in the name of Hashem that the land is a good land. Okay, when they saw with their own eyes the fruits, there's also these eyewitnesses that were there. They went into the entire land, actually, it says. Miraculously, they were able to reach the entire land in 40 days. So they had the feeling, it says in the Sikha, they were now willing to go to Eretz Yisrael with excitement. Because they're excited. It's an amazing place. Now, there was these other issues there, which were a mistake, and this was the whole problem. They said, it's an amazing place, but there's no way in the world we're going to conquer it. Okay? It's impossible to conquer. That was the problem. The problem was they added this statement. Who asked you if we're going to conquer it or not? Hashem said we're going to conquer it, of course we'll conquer it. And that's actually obviously what happened. Right? We obviously ended up conquering it. Right? There's no way we're not going to conquer it. But that was a mistake they made, and for that, anyway. But that doesn't talk about in the Sikha, really. The Sikha is all about the amazing accomplishment that they accomplished in giving us a feeling of excitement to go to Eretz Yisrael. So, it mentions in that Sikha also about the number 12. Okay, and it mentions this idea of the Yud Beis Gvulei Alaksein, similar to what it says. It's in concept in Chassidus in many places. It says it about the 12th of Nisan in the other Sikha, and it says in this Sikha about the 12. In a certain way, you can say Lahavdil, right? But the 12 Meraglim. That the 12 Meraglim also were connected to the Yud Beis Gvulei Alaksein. These 12 like the 12. Sided world, or whatever you want to call it, 12. Okay, so that's an interesting thing. Now in that Sikha, Excuse me. And that sikha was said, shlach was said in connection with Chavches Sivan, the day the Dvar Malchus says they arrived in America. Okay, because Slach is always near that. It's always near Chavches Sivan, and the Malchus says that in the end of the Sikha connects this to the 28th of Sivan. Actually, it's not by chance either. It says the Meraglim, when did they go out on their trip? You know, Laser, what day they went? They went on the 29th of Sivan. If you make the calculation, that's how, because we know it, they came back on Tisha B'Av. So if you calculate it, that's how you get to Tisha B'Av. 40 days after the 29th of Sivan is Tisha B'Av, right? Okay, so they left on the 29th of Sivan. I'm not mistaken, it mentions in the Sikha too.
Rabbi,
Yeah.
I asked you a question because it's not related, but it's something that has to do with the mitzvah.
Okay.
Should we do a zimun now, or can we do it after class? I don't know if everyone's gonna be here for the zimun though.
Who else watched?
I don't know if you watched, but he ate pizza.
You said like beer pie, how much on it?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Okay,
Yeah.
just do it. Just do it.
Okay, here.
One time, but you ate with him. You have to eat at the same time. You ate together. At least you have to eat at the same time.
We're eating at the same time. We're eating at the same time. Yeah.
What is
I
that?
just had a Roma. I had a Ziva, and I actually said Hamochi, and I actually forgot to say
The Benz?
beer pie. Yeah, and it was in my head. I was gonna do it when I got here. I was wow. Is that what you were actually saying?
Oh, okay. So
So Robert
perfect.
kept was on, yeah,
Okay.
but a zimun.
Is that allowed if we didn't eat it together?
He had a French fry, one piece of French fry.
Okay, we have a few questions here. Let's try to do one at a time. Okay, that's the sound. You want to know if you could do a zimun. I want to know, he ate at the same time as you?
We didn't start eating at the same time.
But you were at some point eating
Yeah,
together?
at the same time, man. And I was eating
Like
with
finish
him.
together? Is that how it works? Finish together is also okay or
He
something?
finished with a little bit before me. He finished a little bit before me.
Okay, around the same time, so
Around
it's
the same
okay.
time, yeah, around the same time.
Now, who's going to be the third person?
He ate one French fry.
Oh,
I
now?
said Mazzani's on the French fry, but like 30, 40 minutes ago, I said Mochi on like a big.
Oh, but a French fry should know is hadama. It's not mezainis.
Oh really? Even though the outside portion is like crispy.
I don't think it's flour. No. Not in my knowledge. No. French fry is hadama.
Yeah, French fries.
If it's gonna be dipped in flour, maybe, but it's not in my knowledge.
Potato.
No, yeah. I always thought the outside was, but yeah. I guess it's just like.
It was an
boiled.
onion ring, and the onion ring coating was flour. Sometimes it's corn. I don't know. Anyway, okay, that's would be. But anyway,
Should we do
one
a zimun?
French fry is accounting.
I had a drink of water.
You drank water now?
Yeah. No, but I'm listening together with them.
People there are Russian.
You ate it. You drank it here.
Just now. Yeah, just now.
Oh, yes, it's still because they didn't bench yet. It's just still count. Okay, go, let's go.
Let's do
Now
it.
you,
What
it's
do
a
we do
little
with it?
honestly. We just learned in Rambam. Really.
What do we do with
Well, if you
zimun?
did it, was it on? What's the difference if you did it by mistake or not?
What?
No, I think it says if you mistakenly forgot to bench, you could bench where you are. But if you didn't, yeah, is that what it says?
I mistakenly forgot to bench. Like it was in my head. I was like, I'm gonna go to Aroma and then come here and bench right when I got here, and I just forgot.
Ah, but really and honestly, you're not supposed to do that.
Unless
No,
you're
that
finishing,
is
unless you're
on
finishing the
purpose.
meal here. If you had a meal
I read online it says 72 minutes between
No,
eating.
no,
but
these,
that's
no, one second, no.
Yeah,
First of all, that
72 minutes.
okay, 72 minutes is
That's
another
true.
story, but there's a halacha that you have to bench where you ate.
not.
Not time frame. This is what we're talking about. The place. The place has to be the same place you ate.
Right.
Now it says that really you're supposed to go back to the place that you ate and bench there. But that's only if you intentionally left the place. If you, let's say, were in a place and ate and forgot to bench and you ended up somewhere else, you're allowed to bench where you are. Now, there is a story with a golden dove or something, and he went back to get it. Right?
Yeah, he was traveling in like a caravan.
Caravan, right.
Yeah. One of the rabbis in
Right.
Rava, maybe? Yeah.
It's in the children's books. That's how I know it. Yeah, there's a story with a rabbi was in a caravan in the Gemara, and he forgot to bench, right? He forgot to bench, and he had to go. if he had to. I guess you don't have to if you forgot. But anyway, he wanted to go back, but there was no way that the caravan will wait for him.
Right.
It's non-Jewish caravan. So he told them that he forgot a golden dove over there. So he said, "Oh, you forgot a golden dove? We'll wait for you to go and get it." Or they went with I don't know what. And then a miracle happened, and he found the golden dove there, right? He had a miracle, and actually Hashem made a golden dove, so it wasn't a lie.
And he benched over there?
Yeah, he benched where he was. Yeah. He benched where he ate. Yeah.
So in this case, it sounds like you're saying I should technically just bench in solitude, right? Or like really drive back to Aroma and bench there?
I mean, this is a question. Is it considered that you did it in a mistake, you forgot, or you intentionally? But your intentional was a mistake, right? His intentional was a mistake.
Beautiful.
I'm thinking my head and
I don't know.
Another way.
I don't know. I think maybe by the time you get back there, you're gonna have to.
You don't need, it's Jewish Balpeh, huh? You don't need even books. You don't. It's, but he's the Talmud Chochem with everything. Going to, after that, Rabbi Binyamin going to part, Rabbi Binyamin and do nice book.
Oh, we'll print it. Yeah, we can print it. Yeah, that's my job.
Right, the translation.
Yeah, we can put it on the book.
You can edit it, right? You can edit it. You can do it,
Okay, but anyway, I think Roma is like how distant? A 20-minute drive or something? How close?
To Aroma?
Yeah.
Like 10 minutes.
Oh, it is 10. It's 10 minutes from here.
Yeah. I didn't know, to be totally honest, in my head, like, it never really crossed my mind to bench. I didn't know that until you just said that you had to bench in the same
No,
spot.
now you know, right?
It never even crossed my mind to bench there. Like, if I was gonna ever bench, period, at least in this case, in my head, it was I was gonna bench here, because I didn't know about that rule.
Oh no, just bench. Okay, you bench.
There's another option. If someone wants to eat bench somewhere else, they could like have in mind to finish.
Right, but you didn't have them.
Oh, if we eat pizza.
No, but then you need to wash again.
Yeah, you might have to make a bracha too.
No, it's all good. Don't worry. It's all good. It's still bench.
I don't know, just bench. Let's
Still
go.
bench.
Let's
Still
go.
bench.
No, for next time. That's it. Okay, and you want? I guess you could do a Zimon. I guess.
Okay.
I'll have to make a bracha for it too. You're mine.
זימון, אתה רוצה לעשות? זימון, כן. מה זה זימון? זימון זה ששלוש אנשים אכלו לחם, הם עושים ברכה מיוחד והם עושים ברכת המזון. גם. הם עושים ברכת המזון. Oh, don't start.
No, I'm pausing it.